15 years old, never left the convent, died from tuberculosis, was during her lifetime, was relatively unknown, except for the sisters who lived with her. Her influence on the church has been incredible. What is it that does that? Why are people transformed by that? Because it's really not because of their own ability. Teresa of Calcutta is another, who of course had a huge influence on our entire world. A little diminutive. I don't know if you've ever seen pictures of the actual size of Teresa of Calcutta. Because she had such a huge name, we think of her as big, but she was only about this tall. She was really tiny. But she had a huge impact. Began her order, the Sisters of Charity, or the Missionaries of Charity, with a total of $2 in her pocket when she left the convent that she was staying upon. So we're going to talk a little bit about those saints and what they mean for us, why we as Catholics pray to saints, because that's often a question that's asked, why we do that, and what they seek to teach us, and what does it mean for us personally. But to do that, first of all, let's take a look at, we all have certain habits, okay? All of us do. Just think about the habit you have and what you do in the morning. It's almost automatic. You get up relatively the same time. You shut off you hit the snooze alarm the same amount of times usually. You do the same kind of thing. You either go use the restroom first and then go do something else. Believe it or not, one of the first things I do in the morning is I make my bed. I don't know if that's sort of a nonverbal to try to not to keep me from being tempted to get back into it again. But all of us do. So we have all of our habits. But we want to talk a little bit about what we might call habits of the heart. And habits of the heart are virtues. Virtues that we practice and that we live. There's what we can call natural virtues, okay, which also become, church calls them cardinal virtues, because everything hinges, you might say, a cardinal is something, everything hinges on those. Those cardinal virtues, and this is what the video we'll talk about tonight, are prudence, justice, fortitude, and temperance. Those four virtues are also natural virtues. There's things that we just naturally do. We all know, we've all experienced either ourselves or we know somebody who is either very prudent or someone who's very imprudent. We're all aware of that. We're all aware in our own lives when we have been tempered about something in terms of our use of those kind of things that make us happy initially, okay? That first beer makes you happy, and the second one makes you a little happier, and the third one they start going the other direction, right? Third or fourth one. That new outfit is wonderful for the first day. The second day is all right. By the third day, it's get a little old. By the fourth day, you're wondering why you want it. So like that new car smell. So we've all known ourselves where we've been temperate. We've used things in moderation, we would call it. All things are good in moderation. But we also know when we have been intemperate, when we've not used things in moderation. I was talking to two of our priests last night at a meeting I was at, both from Brazil, and they invited me to go to a Brazilian restaurant. They said, however, there's a secret you have to know if you're going to go. I said, what's that? They said, well, don't go to the salad bar, because if you go to the salad bar, by the time you get done eating at the salad bar, and they bring out all the different kinds of meat, you won't be able to eat because you'll be too full, meaning you will have been intemperate at the salad bar. Fortitude in terms of strength, that resolution to stay with our decisions. I won't ask you to raise your hands, but how many of us have started a diet every day of 1 week? We started it in the morning, and then we realized we were going to have to restart it again the following morning, meaning we didn't really keep the diet. And then justice, looking out for the rights of others and for the common good. There are also what we could call theological